will he condemn the notwithstanding clause preemptive use? Why is he not condemning this attack on fundamental rights and freedoms of workers?
Nice try. Nice try.
Justin Trudeau actually defending charter rights and freedoms. Yes, we're not making it up. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. Justin Trudeau has been in high dudgeon in the House of Commons this week. He says he's standing up for the Charter of Rights and Freedoms and wants to know why Pierre Poilievre, the Conservative leader, won't stand up for fundamental rights and freedoms like Trudeau will. Yeah, this sounds like a bad joke considering that the Emergencies Act inquiry is taking place just a few blocks from the House of Commons where Trudeau makes these claims. But no, he's doing it, not about his invocation of the Emergencies Act. Liberals still claim wrongly that that didn't suspend charter rights. It did. That's the entire point. But instead, he's upset that Ontario Premier Doug Ford is doing something that Quebec's done a whole bunch of times, using the notwithstanding clause. Why? Doug Ford wants to keep schools open. Education workers are threatening a strike that he says parents and kids just simply can't take after 2 years of COVID and months of labor strife before the pandemic hit. So he's saying he'll use the notwithstanding clause for back to work legislation. Trudeau says that's wrong and wants Poilievre to join him in denouncing it. Watch.
That a government is preemptively blocking Canadians' fundamental rights and freedoms, not a whisper from this so-called freedom fighter, Mr. Speaker. When is he going to condemn the use of the notwithstanding clause preemptively?
Here's the thing. This is just Ford's third time using the notwithstanding clause, Ontario's third time using it. He didn't invoke it or actually proclaim it the first time, so that doesn't count. But Quebec uses it all the time. And I haven't been able to find Justin Trudeau condemning the use of the notwithstanding clause in any instance except Ontario. In fact, he's mentioned it 6 times in the House of Commons over the last 2 years, according to Hansard, all of them in relation to Ontario. Meanwhile, Quebec has been pushing Bill 21, which restricts religious minority rights, and he has not denounced the use of the notwithstanding clause in that bill. Quebec has passed Bill 96, which restricts English language minority rights, but Trudeau has not denounced the use of the notwithstanding clause in that bill. In fact, when he even talks about Bill 21 or Bill 96 in Quebec, he expresses that he has some concerns, but that's it, concerns. When it comes to Ontario, he's in full attack mode. Could it be that there's politics at play here? As National Post Tristan Hopper pointed out, Trudeau's more concerned about education workers being able to strike than he is about them being fired for wearing a hijab or a cross or a Star of David to work. That is absolutely bonkers. Look, I'll be upfront. I'm of mixed minds on Ford's use of the notwithstanding clause here. I generally don't like the provision, but I also don't like Section 1, the section that judges use to override charter rights. And I don't like Trudeau's use of the Emergencies Act. But here's the thing. When it comes to the use of the notwithstanding clause here, it's in response to a 2015 Supreme Court case that invented a new right. Before that, governments of all stripes would use back to work legislation when needed. But in 2015, the Supreme Court said there was a constitutionally protected, a charter right to strike, meaning any back to work legislation is now unconstitutional without the notwithstanding clause. That is bonkers, but that's where we're at now. So in some ways, Doug Ford is pushing back against a judiciary that went too far, that overruled 30 years of precedent to get to where they wanted to be politically. We're having a constitutional crisis, according to some in Canada. Well, it's part of it is driven by the fact that politicians are now pushing back against judges that are going too far. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below, share this on social media, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.